know, at this point I'm fuming. I'm like, how dare he speak to me like that? And I'm like 3 months in, I can borrow a damn shirt, homie. So I was really pissed off. I was like, yeah, I'll text you when I get home. Of course I didn't text him. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I am Mimi of Just Doing Me, and today I've got a dating update, straight dating story time for you guys, and I will be styling my hair as well in this video. But basically, after the last video I did where I explained why I haven't really been sharing too much, I did read a lot of your comments saying that these types of videos, you know, help a lot, they're entertaining, you guys enjoy them. There were obviously people as well that felt like I shouldn't share until I'm ready to share because people are judgmental. So today I'm trying to find a balance between both. I will be sharing quite a lot, there's a lot of tea to share, but I never want to be the kind of person that like only posts the good stuff and, you know, the relationship goals. You know, it's always a struggle, it's always a journey to get to the final destination, and with this man it has definitely been a struggle. So his name is number 2. Obviously that's not his real name but I'll be referring to him as number 2 in this video, and I will be talking about the dramas because yesterday I pretty much walked out on him. I was meant to see him tonight. I'm pretty sure I'm not going, but I want to explain where my head is at, what's been going on, and really just talk one-to-one with you guys. And obviously with videos like this, I love seeing you guys share your experiences when you've been through something like this, if it worked out well, if it didn't work out well. But ultimately I will obviously be making the best decision for myself with regards to whether or not I keep spending time with this boy. But anyway, before I really begin talking, I will be straightening my hair. By the way guys, I don't know if you know, but I'm going on holiday tomorrow, so I'll probably be on holiday by the time you guys see this video. But I've got my holiday hair in at the moment. It's from Asteria Hair. This is 24 inches of straight, I'm not sure, I'm not sure, they didn't tell me. I don't know if it's Brazilian, but it's just a really nice straight hair. This is pretty much how it came. I haven't styled it. I literally just put it on my hair the first time. To be honest, I didn't do my best work at laying it, but you can still see it looks really good. I didn't get my parting quite in the center, but let me come in for a close-up because the most unique thing about this wig is that it's a silk wig. So the silk starts from about here, it goes way back, like, and it just gives the illusion of a real life scalp. Like, it looks so good. It's meant to blend in with everybody's skin tone, but then it's also got the lace, about 1 centimeter of lace just before the silk starts as well, to help you lay it, help you set it down with the crack. So it's my first time laying it. I don't think I did too bad a job, but we can certainly make improvements. Haven't had to pluck anything. I just put some makeup obviously on the lace, but we will get into this video. Of course, the hair will be linked in my description box. Please feel free to check them out if you're looking for something fun and flirty. It's also 6x6. My last 6x6 wig, I absolutely loved it. My sister took it off me. You know, she's flossing in Nigeria. It's a look. I like the 6x6 wigs, but this one, girl, you can't have this. I'm coming through to slay, okay? So I will be straightening this hair and just making sure we get it bone straight before I fly tomorrow. But basically, what's the tea? So let me start at the end because if I start at the beginning, it will be a very long video. So I said a few times that me and number 2, oh, I'll get my straighteners right. I'll put my mirror here as well because your girl is half blind. Perfect. So I said before that number 2 and I have had issues from the get-go, and a lot of it I felt was communication issues. We didn't know how to speak to each other. We were constantly getting... That isn't on. It'd be very difficult to straighten my hair if the straighteners aren't on. So I'm going to let the heat up again, but I'll just start talking to you guys while I wait. A lot of the issues we're having, it was a lot of it via text messaging. So we eliminated that. I kind of like, stop texting me. If you want to chat, let's talk FaceTime. So we started like with FaceTime almost every night now, and that did kind of solve a lot of the issues for a while. But I did spend the weekend where he's from. You know, it took me 2 hours to drive there. So imagine 2 hours of driving to get there, and when I get there, my guy is not home. He's not answering his phone. I'm just like, are you having a laugh? Because I told you, you knew the time I was getting there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, I'm not the easiest personality type to date. I'm very strong-willed. I want what I want, quite demanding, you know, so I probably arrived in a bad mood once I realized he wasn't there. He says that he thought I was being optimistic when I said I'd be there in 2 hours, because it's quite a way away. So he said I was being optimistic. Fine, I'm not gonna, you know, let that get to me or ruin the weekend. But the reason why I walked out, so I stayed the first day, had a lot of issues, but we'll come back to that. Reason why I walked out is because we spent the day playing tennis at his local club. Really lovely dates. He knows that I play a lot of tennis. He knows it's important to me, so I really appreciate the fact that he wanted to play and he planned a date that, you know, incorporated something that I really enjoyed doing. And I was really happy that, like, he's quite good at it as well, so it felt like it's something that we could both do together. So I'm all happy. We get back to his, had a nice day. On a date, we had an argument, but we'll come back to that one. But we get back, everything's okay after the argument. We've had a good day. I get showered and it's time for me to leave anyway. It's time for me to leave, but I shower before I go. And I say to him, I was meant to wait and drop him off at the station because he was heading back to London. But I say to him, like, do you mind if I borrow a shirt? Because I've showered now and the top I had is obviously covered in sweat. I don't really want to have to wear a sweaty top back driving all the way home. My guy says no. And I'm just like, oh, maybe he didn't hear me. Maybe I should repeat this again. Like, how can he actually say no to lending me a shirt? But no, my guy's literally like, no. So I pack up my bags. I'm in a huff. I storm downstairs. I'm like, do you know what? Have a good weekend, and I'm leaving, and I go and the bloody door's locked. He locks his front door, so I have to go back upstairs. Like, oh, can I have the key please? So I can do that dramatic exit again. And he's looking at me, he gives me the key and he's like, oh, but don't walk off, like, don't leave in a huff. And I'm not angry, you know, I'll text you when I get home. Meanwhile, my blood is literally boiling, like, how dare you? And he's trying to explain, and he's saying, look, the reason why, you know, I've said no is I just don't have a lot of shirts down here, because he spends his time between where he's from, which is where I went to meet him, and London, where he works during the week. So he was like, all my stuff is in London, you know, I don't have a lot of shirts down here, so the ones I do have I kind of need. And maybe he was worried because I'm going on holiday, maybe he was worried that, you know, he wouldn't get it back for a few weeks. But I still feel like that's not an excuse. Like, there's a level of consideration that I need for you to have for me, that I can borrow a shirt. Like, 3 months in, I can borrow a damn shirt, homie. So I was really pissed off. I was like, yeah, I'll text you when I get home. Of course I didn't text him. We kind of made plans that I'd see him tonight before I fly off tomorrow. I'm not, like, texting him, even if he says he wants to see me. I really don't think that's something that I want to do, because I've seen a few, there's been a lot of red flags, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been trying to, like, reason them away and, like, oh, we can work it out, oh, he can learn, oh, he can change. And I'm starting to wonder, because I'm the first person that will tell you not to go into a relationship thinking that you can change someone. If somebody's inconsiderate and they're selfish and they put themselves first, you know, is that a core part of their character, or is it something that maybe you can show them how to not be that way, because maybe that's the only example they've seen. Now, I'm not obviously going to share all this boy's secrets and, you know, everything about him, but the fact that, I'm not going to lie, he's a little bit inconsiderate, or quite a bit inconsiderate and quite a bit selfish. I understand the reason why. I understand the reason why based on, you know, people in his life, people that were previously in his life. I totally get it. But then my question is, how much of that am I now meant to, you know, kind of suck it up and get on with it? You know, if somebody's bringing baggage, by the way, guys, I will probably delete this video, because if I do just decide that, like, I want to keep trying with him, I cannot leave this up. So maybe I'll leave this up for a week and then I have to delete all traces just in case he ever stumbles across it. He doesn't have my channel yet, but he is very curious, and I don't want it to be like I'm bitching about him, because I'm not at all. I just want to share my experience, share my truth, share the struggles, because a lot of times people make it seem so easy, everything's hunky-dory, and the truth is it rarely ever is. Because even one of my best friends, I spent the weekend with her as well, part of the weekend. She asked me to be a bridesmaid, and she's been waiting for this like ring from her fiance for 12 years. 12 years she waited. I mean, most of us have given up hope, but if I think back to when they first started dating, obviously they were very young, they were 16 at the time. A lot of the stuff that her fiance was doing, I was like, babes, you need to run. This man is not serious. I would never in a million years have stuck around. But I feel like for me, they're kind of the example that people can change, people can grow, people can learn. It's up to you, I guess, to figure out whether or not that person is worth trying to change or to learn or trying to make it work with. Because I can give you 3 months, maybe I can give you 6 months, but I can't give you a year. Guys, that's all done. Ooh, hello, daddy. Come through with the sauce. Yeah, so I can't give you a year of my life. Like, so it's 3 months in now. I'm starting to decide, like, is this something that will work? Because that's not the only example. Prior to that, we did have a disagreement earlier that day in the middle of town, and he stormed off this time around. But I will put my hand up. I'm never going to say, oh, all the issues are with him, because I've said before that, you know, I do have my own issues. And that's the thing. I feel like everybody's going to bring their dramas, their baggage into it. I don't know how to really be submissive. I don't really know how to also be like verbally affectionate. Like, I can't really say like I'll hug you, I'll kiss you, whatever, but to be like, oh, I really miss you, and I've been thinking, oh god. You know, some people need that, and I feel like sometimes he does need that, and he's always said to me, like, he'd be a bit more chill with me if he got the sense that I valued him. If he was hearing those things from me, he'd probably, you know, let a bit of his walls down. But I still struggle to give him that. So I'm not gonna say like, oh, I'm the perfect person to date, because I'm not. And what happened earlier that day was, like, we'd made plans to go to tennis, but we'd said we'd got quite a bit of time to kill, so we'd go to the spa beforehand. So that was the plans we'd made. And randomly later on that day, we've done a bit of shopping. He says, oh, he thinks he's going to go to the gym instead. And I'm like, no, you're not. And he was pissed off. He was like, don't tell me what to do. You know, I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do. And, you know, and he walked off. And he does have kind of, as I said, from what he's been through before he ever met me, he's got kind of issues with people demanding things from him or being demanding. And he took me like, no, you're not, as like me trying to tell him what to do. And I'll raise my hand that, like, it was such a snap, like, no, you're not. It definitely did come across struggling. It did come across as like me trying to tell him what to do, and that's just not the case. That's not how I meant it, but I guess that's how it came across. I don't know. I was just like, no, you're not. We've already made plans that, like, we're gonna go to the spa. What do you mean now you're gonna go to the gym? So he got off in a half, and like he walked way ahead of me to the car. I'm like, bitch, I'm driving and I'm taking my time. You go cool down, you go calm down, you know, I'll see you when I see you. So we got in the car, and like he's obviously in a half, and like, but he's trying to sort it out. He was just like, do you know what I mean? Don't tell me what I can and can't do, you know. And I'm just like, you know, I'm at this point, I'm fuming. I'm like, how dare he speak to me like that? And I'm literally just like, do I kick off? Do I tell him to get out and drive home? Like, I'm not having it. But, you know, a lot of growth. I did say I was working on a lot of things with my personality, you know, and I just sat there. I wasn't ready to speak to him, so we sat in silence and drove all the way back. The good thing is, when we got back after the spa, we did have like a good conversation. Ooh, my lights, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. So when we got back to his, we sat down, we had a good conversation where, you know, we were talking about, you know, what he's been through. And I was just trying to explain to him, like, look, you can't look at everything I say from a point of I'm trying to control you, I'm trying to be demanding, because that's something that based on what he's been through, he just will not have, you know. And I get it, you know, if you've been through a situation that you've survived and you've gotten through, you don't want to ever go back to that. So but I'm like, look, you can't interpret everything I say, you know, especially when it's such a snap thing that I've said without thinking, as me trying to be demanding, be controlling. You know, that's not where it came from. It came from me wanting to spend time with you and not wanting to waste, you know, the last few hours of this weekend that we have together. And, you know, it was a really long discussion, and I learned quite a few more bits about his past and what he's been through. And but he's like, you know what, like, I am very much on edge at the moment, and I know that I'm carrying a lot of the stuff, but I feel like it will settle down, you know, after a little while. Like, at the moment I'm up and down, but in a few months, like, my behavior will settle down, and like, once there's a bit more trust and I have a bit more understanding of you, you know, I probably won't be so snappy and so, you know. But my question really is, I don't know, do I stick around? And this is a hypothetical question, guys. I appreciate everybody's viewpoint, but Mimi will do what Mimi wants to do. Do I stick around, like, hoping or praying that, like, he does calm down, he does learn to trust me, you know, like, the damage or whatever that he's been through isn't long term, that, like, he heals from it, and he's taking steps to heal from it, which I found out as well. Or do I run some of the red flags I'm seeing? Because we've all been through stuff, me more than anybody, you know, but I wouldn't want to ever start something with someone and paint that person with the brush of, you know, all the negative situations I've been with men, like, oh, you must be a liar, you must be not trustworthy, you must be this and that. Because trust me, I've been through a lot. I can literally look at you and tell you you're this, you're that and the other, which sometimes I feel like he's tried to do to me. I'm this, that and the other, because he sees me through a filter of what he's been through. And I get it. Like, basically it's like, do I try and help him heal, or do I run for the hills? Basically, like, you've got too much baggage, you've got too much drama. But then it's like, everybody's gonna come with their issues, you know, nobody's gonna be perfect. You're gonna have to learn, I guess, to work things out. I don't know, guys. I'm confused. But I'm going on holiday. I'm going to have 2 weeks away. He's very stubborn. I'm very stubborn. So I don't even know how this situation is going to be resolved. And I know, because before I booked this holiday, I booked it very last minute. Me and him weren't really talking. I was giving him time to focus on his exams. Now he's finished his exams, and that was kind of like in the back of my mind, like, Mimi, he's finishing his exams. This is a great time for you guys to finally spend time together and get to know each other, which is what you've been really wanting to do. But then I was like, do you know what? I'm booking this holiday, because the fact that I'm thinking of not booking it just for him means I should really book it, because I'm not sure that I've seen, you know, enough from him to justify me prioritizing him above me and what I want. So I booked the holiday, and he's been really cool about it. He did kind of make a comment about, like, so you've decided to go on holiday finally when, you know, I've got time to spend with you. But I'm pretty sure I'll see him when we get back. You know, things will have had a good chance to calm down. I know he will not text me today before I go about meeting up. He's just far too stubborn for that. But yeah, guys, that is the tea, that is the struggle. I'm basically dealing with ghosts of situations past and trying to hang in there and show him that, like, I'm not like what he's been through before, but I don't know if that's really the right thing to do. Now, I said a lot of, like, some of the bad stuff, so I'm going to put a bit more context, because I don't want to be that person that just says, oh my God, he's awful, he did this to me. he's really lovely actually. You know, he's got his issues, but he's actually a really lovely person. He's super smart, very successful. He's ambitious and driven. You know, people are like, you know, I want this, I want that, but they're not willing to do anything to get it. Absolutely not. Like, in a lot of ways, my mom would be like, yeah, you're equally yoked. We're equally yoked. We're both driven, ambitious people. We're both very smart. So these are things I like about him. And when we're together, like, oh, I really like being with him. I really like just chilling with him, just watching TV on the sofa makes me happy. Like, I will drive 2 hours there, 2 hours back, just to like chill with him and watch a movie with him. So yeah, there's definitely some really good qualities. And even though I say he's inconsiderate because he doesn't, oh Lord Jesus, I can't believe that man would not give me a t-shirt. Oh wow. I started to think about, is he a really inconsiderate person? And in a lot of ways he is, because I feel like he doesn't know how to treat somebody, because he sees being considerate as like giving way, or he sees it as letting me have my way instead of him standing up for himself. I'm like, no darling, a t-shirt is kind of like the least you could do actually. You know, I've driven all this way, a t-shirt's the least you could do. But in other ways he's considerate. So like, he knew I was coming, he went out, he got dinner, he got drinks, you know, he lets me watch what I want to watch, even though he absolutely hates it, and things like I have the worst taste in movies. So there are ways he is quite considerate, but then there's ways when he feels like his masculinity is being threatened, or I'm being demanding, or I'm being a diva, which, you know, I've got some tendencies, I'm not gonna lie. You know, he gets his back up a bit. But yeah, that's the context, guys. If you guys have been through a similar situation, let me know. Let me know some of what you had to survive with your partners to make it to the end goal, because I don't think anybody's relationship is ever plain sailing. And yes, I'm a bit worried that at the start there's all these issues, but at the same time, I'm actually also happy, because I'm like, okay, if there's all these issues at the start and we're both still wanting to stick around and still get to know each other, that's a good thing, rather than it finding out all these issues later. Because I feel like we'll work, if in 10 months time we're still talking, that's 10 months of working through our difficulties and our inability to communicate to get to there. Am I making sense? Am I? You know? My hair's finished, by the way, guys. How does that look? It's so flat. I could easily do like a low ponytail or something. It's so flat, no bumps. I think that's because of the silky kind of, I don't know how they've done it, guys. I think I'll insert like a clip of like the silky thing to explain how it works. But it looks so good. The hair is so long, shiny, really good condition. Ugh. Yes, honey. But anyway, just to finish off this video, guys, this hair is from Asteria Hair. It's 24 inches, silk base, 6x6 frontal, laid okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, laid okay. I could have done better. Straightened super easy. What did that do? Like maybe 15-20 minutes. I will put a discount code for you guys in my description box, as well as all the hair details as well, if you want to check it out. I'm tempted to say this is one of the best wigs I've ever had, just because of the silk parting. You know, when you're lying in bed with a guy and you're kind of under them and you're just worried about the view that they are seeing. The view of the wig they are seeing. Because of the silk parting, I feel like I wouldn't be as worried, because it literally does look like a fake scalp. So that's awesome. But yeah, that's my situation. Do not be surprised if this video is gone after a few days. You know, I would never want him to see this and be like, so you think I'm damaged, you think I've got this issue. No, it's just like, I want to share my viewpoint. And trust me, if he did his own video, he'd probably have a few things to say about me and my diva personality and the way I speak sometimes without thinking. So yeah, guys, I'm signing out because I don't know what else I'm saying at this point. I'm just rambling. But I walked out on him. I'm not seeing him tonight, and I'm going on holiday to focus on me and just do me, boo. I'll see you when I get back, baby. I know you're just doing you. You are looking good. You are feeling good. I'll catch you guys soon. Hey.